Hello everyone, I'm Gouri, and today I'll be talking about a very relevant economic issue, the impact of the ongoing Iran war on India's economy, with a special focus on the rising oil prices and inflation. So you all have already started noticing the rise in oil prices, the rise in LPG prices. Hotels have been shutting down, and also there are many of the hotels have cut down a lot of the products in their menu. So at a first glance, a war you might feel like a war is happening far away, that might seem unrelated to India. However, in today's globalized world, events in one region can significantly affect the other economies across the globe. So India being a developed country and heavily dependent on imports is especially vulnerable to such global shocks. The most important link between Iran war and India's economy is the oil. So India exports nearly around 80 to 85 percentage of the of its crude oil requirement. So a large portion of this oil passes through a critical region called a Strait of Hormuz, which is directly affected by the tensions involving the Iran. Due to the war, supply disruptions and uncertainty have pushed global oil prices upward. So when oil prices rises, it creates a chain of reaction in the economy. First, we see this direct increase in fuel prices, such as for the price of petrol, diesel, and LPG. But then, the impact does not stop there. Fuel is basic requirement for transportation and production. So when fuel prices increase, it becomes expensive. The cost of transporting goods also increases. So this led to an overall price rise in the price of essential commodities like food, vegetables, and daily products that we use every day. This phenomenon, as we all know, is called inflation. Inflation reduces the purchasing power of people. So, in simple terms, people are unable to buy things that they used to buy with the same amount of money. People are able to buy less with the same amount. So, for middle class and lower income households, this creates a significant financial pressure. A very real and relatable example for this is the rise in LPG cylinder prices, as we all know. So, many households in India depend on LPG for daily cooking, they heavily depend on it. So, when prices increase, families are forced to either cut the usage or adjust their monthly budget. So, in cases like the for hotels, restaurants, and small food businesses, rising prices cause directly affect the operations, leading to reduced menu options and the higher food prices that we see. And it can also lead to some temporary closure of the shops, as we observed. So another major impact is on the Indian rupee. Since oil is traded in US dollars, high oil prices mean India needs more dollars to pay for imports. So this increase the demand for dollars and lead to a depreciation of the rupee. So this leads to two major consequences. First is the imports become more expensive, and also the inflation increases further. At the same time, foreign investors may pull out their investments due to global uncertainty and putting on additional pressure on the currency and the financial market. The impact does not end here alone. So, higher cost of production and transportation reduces business profitability. Companies may cut down production or delay investments. As a result, the economic growth wholly slows down. This can negatively affect the India's GDP growth rate. In such a situation, if such a situation continues, the economy may face a condition called as stagflation. Stagflation means it's a situation where flat inflation is high but economic growth is slow. This is one of the challenging situations in any economy. Additionally, the war also disrupts global trade routes. Mm. Increased shipping costs and insurance risk make exports and imports more expensive. So this affects India's trade balance and can widen the current economic deficit. In conclusion, The Iran war highlights how interconnected the global economy is. For India, the biggest economic problem arising from this conflict is rising oil prices, which again lead to inflation, currency depreciation, and slower economic growth. This shows that in India's today's world, even distant wars can directly have an impact on the daily life of citizens in another country. Thank you.